Hey guys, welcome back to Open It and Play. This is Mike, and today we're going to be looking at the NECA Disney Gargoyles Hudson Ultimate Action Figure. I think that the Gargoyles cartoon was really well done, but I honestly haven't seen that many episodes of it. Sometime I would like to sit down and watch all of the episodes because I've heard it's quite good, but unfortunately I've still never taken the time to do that. Once you have children, you have a lot less time. I thought I could watch it with my son, but we watched a few episodes, but we never kind of got into it. But you can see the other characters down there at the bottom. Okay, so this guy is Hudson. And spoiler alert, we're not really gonna care about this guy so much. I just bought him for a cheap price for fodder parts, namely his wings, though I may be able to use some parts of him for something else. So the presentation on this guy looks really nice. I really like the paintwork and the details. I don't know about the NECA joints. I'm still skeptical of those, but we'll see what this guy is like. If I break him accidentally, well, then I break him accidentally. But basically, we're just getting to the wings, and I'm going to be using these wings for a Batwing figure. I really recommend the Spider-Man series, The Untold Tales of Spider-Man by Kurt Busiek and Pat Olive. But that series introduced the character of Batwing. He's just like a boy or a teenage boy who basically gets mutated and unfortunately turns into like a bat-like creature. But I thought these wings are quite good for him. I do have to sculpt an additional finger because Batwing does have 5 fingers since he's a human. But sculpting it is going to be challenging, but I'm probably going to make it rather small because it's going to be the pinky. So, but anyways, these wings are kind of a stiff, hard plastic. I think they could crack if you get the wrong situation. So you might want to be careful if you do have this guy. If I remember right, with this line, a lot of people had trouble with the wings because the wings are so big, and a lot of people wanted folded up versions. So the later versions came with folded up wings. So it's kind of like you collect all the figures and you get 2 sets of wings, one set closed and 1 set open. But this moves really, really, really sturdy. But I plan on plugging that into my Batwing and hopefully it will work. But might have to loosen it up first. Okay, the other wing, I'm sorry, we spent so much time on the wings because that's kind of like the main point of me getting this guy, but obviously it's not for you. So, all right, and we'll move those out of the way, and let's look at, what was his name? Hudson. Okay, so we'll go with the other accessories. I guess his wings are not really an accessory, but he does have this nice big rubber tail, and this moves really smoothly and soft. It looks like they're doing a lot better job over at NECA for these bendy rubber accessories than the Marvel Legends one. But also, I don't know about the durability of this thing. So this joint moves really hard, so really, really hard. But anyways, the texture on this is very smooth and soft. It seems easy to pose, so that is better than what I expected. I'm sorry, this color does not want to focus. It doesn't want to focus on my hand either. Come on. There we go. Okay. Sorry. Now I'll do the other accessories since we've got it in focus. It comes with this beautiful sword. It's harder plastic, but it has a lot of detail to it. Really nicely done. Okay, got some markings on there. It's got a wash on here and a paint on here and then a wash. And it's still shiny, but that does also kind of look like the material is wet. Okay, it's got a lot of nice wear and tear details, so I'll be using that sword for some other guys. This face sculpt also looks really nice. He looks quite fierce, and this is a softer rubber for the hair, which is glued in here. Okay, and really good paint details like we said earlier. They're doing a great job with this line. I think this line may be finished now, but it looks like collectors who like the gargoyles would be really happy with this representation in figure form. Okay, sorry, I'm trying to get all these hands at once. So the figure comes with closed fists, but he also comes with all of these hands. So we've got an open set of almost like clawing hands. Okay, they're also nicely painted. And he's got a couple of more like grip type hands. One is more closed, one is kind of open. And one more grip. I guess these are a set kind of, but yeah, this is even tighter yet. So, but anyways, that's all of his hands. Now for the big guy himself. And I was going to tell you, I did cut out the little plastic straps that were holding him in here. So hopefully he will come out. Okay. He's kind of stuck in there in a weird way, but his feet are kind of like, they really stand out. They got those big hooks on them. But yeah, I'll let you just take a look at the figure for a moment. This guy's got a lot of nice detail. I'm kind of shocked by the level of detail because I'm so used to Marvel Legends. I really understand there's a lot of options out there besides Marvel Legends level of detail. His back part's interesting. Okay. His head, we'll go through his movement. Obviously that's where his tail goes, but we'll go through his movement real quick, his articulation. Let me get him a little bit closer. Okay, so his head will spin just a little bit. It does kind of go up and down slightly, but the range is very, very limited. I suppose you have to kind of sort of bend his torso to get it more like a flying looking up pose, but it's still not going to be able to look up. I'll just take that off. So you can see this is a dumbbell joint. Okay, so it has better range than what some might expect, but as far as looking up, you're out of luck. Okay, then his arms will go up that high, down, forward and back. This part, does it move? No, this part is kind of like glued on, I think. Oh, sorry, it's got a peg under here. You can't really see it, but it's like stuck in here. So, but yeah, it does not really move, but it is a bit of softer plastic. So that will limit your articulation, but he's got a bicep cut. He's got double jointed pinned elbows. That'll get you that far. As far as his wrist, they hinge horizontally like that. The others, okay, all of the others hinge horizontally also, except for this one that's like much more closed. This one hinges vertically. Oh man, these are tight. And they do have a really painty texture to them, so I feel like I need to wash my hands. Okay. All right, on to his diaphragm. So his diaphragm kind of swivels, and this part in the back is a softer rubber, so it will go up against that. That kind of has some give to it. And then his waist also swivels, but his waist seems to be a ball joint, though the range is pretty limited. So, oh, his head fell off. Okay. Yeah, so the range is limited. Okay. His legs will kick up about that far. You may be able to get it further, but I think it's probably pretty challenging. They'll go back a long ways, so that's kind of nice. Out to the side pretty far. Okay, his knees are single jointed and kind of pushed in here. So they'll go up that far. And I think they do swivel. Okay, so it's similar to the He-Man figure we reviewed earlier today. Okay, and his ankles will hinge forward that far, back that far. He has an ankle pivot, and then he also has this big toe joint, which I think looks pretty good. The way that they did it makes it more hidden, but it does move really tight. But that's good because that means this guy can hold his pose. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can get him to stand. Maybe a challenge to get him to stand. I gotta get him to stand so I can measure him. Okay, he's sort of standing. He's sort of standing. Okay, if I try to get a measurement on this guy, I'm sorry, it's probably gonna take just a minute. To the top of his hair, he's just, there he goes, he's just over 7 inches, so just about 18 centimeters. Sorry, that moved a little bit. 7 1/8, I think. Okay, right around there to the top of his hair. His hair, of course, sticks out just a little bit over the top of his bald head. So, but anyways, the aesthetic on these figures is really nice. I like what they did with them for the paint, but yeah, they are adult collectibles. After touching them, your hands feel really ugh. But anyways, thanks guys for joining me for this look at Hudson and his wings, which is the main reason I got him. So we'll see you in the next video, and F ice and F any Snazzies around you. Hope everything is going well. Bye for now.